Hello, hello, how are we doing? We got to get the volume adjusted a little bit because I had the music a little bit louder for our other stream. How's it going? Switch on over. Hello, hello. Go boom in with first. Hi, Gar. Hello, hello. Hello, Brian. Hello, F1. Hello, Jack. Array. Just jacked. How is everybody doing today? Are you all have a good weekend? Almost. Almost. And we are on the Autcraft server for Player of the Week. Join AC now. I was just playing The Sims. Nice. So something we did, we haven't actually announced or talked about or anything, but we actually updated these so that it is now using the plugin. So if I get the list and I can see the birthdays coming up, well, these signs now use the same list. So the signs update automatically every single time the server restarts at midnight. So we don't have to come here anymore, which means they're never going to be out of date. Playing some lazy Pokemon Go? Does that mean not leaving the house? That's my kind of Pokemon Go. I also play lazy Pokemon Go at home. I just check and see what's around. Another update we did, it starts over here. Literally says start here. But this explains how to make a shop at your base. You just hold the stick. You can click in the air. You can do all this stuff. Click on the chest. Choose your villager. And this is how you set the stuff. So there you go. Got all the instructions on how to make a shop at your base. Will the birthday be added? Will what birthday be added? The birthday. The birthday of all birthdays. Will it be added? I don't know what you mean. It does indeed. I walked around 8 miles in the last 2 days. Ooh, yeah, that's not. I used to when Pokemon Go first came out. We used to do that. Not the birthdays, the playtime. Will the playtime be added to what? To the birthday board? No, that's not a place for the playtime to be. You mean this playtime? When you do spawn and you look at your playtime, it's right there. So yes. Yes, it will be added. It's right there. Yep. So the signs for the birthday board update automatically now. Now there's a section at the shops area that explains how to make shops, and the playtime is at this spawn now as well. It's still at the other one as well. Still here too. Can you tell I not looked at spawn lately? That's how it tends to go, and that's actually kind of by design. Like, we try to make a really good spawn that everybody's going to enjoy, and they come and hang out. We can announce stuff and everything, but we kind of want people to get to where they need to go ASAP. That's why the portals are right here. That's why the info center and jobs are right over there. So we put everything there for those who want it and need it, but we don't expect most people to be at spawn very often. You're not in a game officially? I know that. I know. I haven't actually joined yet. I'm taking a moment to talk to you guys before I have to pay attention to chat nonstop. So I kind of spawn in and get some stuff done before I have to do that sort of stuff. Hello, Sons. GG on getting first. Welcome in. I am still invisible. I'm not officially joined. I had to set some stuff up. I got to get things ready for Player of the Week. I got to show off our new birthday area. That's why you have helpers pay attention? Yeah. Hi, Zeddy. Thanks for checking in. Can you message people in Vanish? Of course I can. Yeah, I can do everything a regular player does while I'm in Vanish. Admins often get a lot of our work done in Vanish. We do our mod recs and help people out. If somebody lost their base or something, we'll pop in and get them to their base. But we're not officially in there to talk and do stuff, so we'll just stay in Vanish. Hello, fam. Welcome in. Hope you guys are having a better weekend than last weekend. Hope everybody's getting over their illnesses. It's good music. How does the music sound? I turned it down a little bit because it was very loud for the Ducky stream. It should be a little bit louder when I'm not speaking, but it should quiet down a little bit when I am speaking. So hopefully it's not making it hard to understand what I'm saying. All healthy? Nice. That's good to hear. Enjoy all 5 minutes of that, fam, before Monday rolls around and they come back sick again. I saw a psychiatrist today. Not normal for a weekend. Yeah, I suppose. Hello, Fun Mummy. I see you just signed on. I'm still in Vanish. I was just showing off some of our new features that I don't think most players know. We haven't officially announced anything because it's not really anything for players to do about it. But yes, you can message people in Vanish. Yep. So yeah, we took the time, updated the plugin. Excuse me, and made it so our signs auto update. For all these years that we've had signs at spawn listing people for and their birthday coming up, it's always been done by us by hand, but now it's done automatically. I'm still struggling to find out how to make it so it says I joined the game when I come out of Vanish. It depends on what plugins you're using and stuff, but we have a fake join which does exactly that. And then over here we have a new display area which shows how to make a shop at your base. So if anybody ever comes on and says, "How do I make a shop?" You're still welcome to explain it and help them get their shop set up and stuff, but you can also bring them over here and say, follow this guide. It'll get you through it. So that's new. And as we showed F1 over here, your playtime stats are now shown here. We also have a brand new feature coming, and I don't mind showing you guys on stream. It is actually technically on the server right now. It's just a little difficult to use. I'm going to make it much, much easier. Oh, we got a new player. Welcome, welcome. A new player at the same time that Jack is writing out a wall of text. The timing. I use Essentials. Have to look at fake join. Yeah. I'm not sure if Essentials has a fake join, but we don't use Essentials for our Vanish. I'm going to show you. Oh, Baby Monster's offering a tour. So if we come over here, what a first message to see. Yeah, that's a good one. So I'm updating the text display plugin so that now you can show your playtime or virtually any of your stats at your own base. We know that players love to see how much playtime they have. Well, we're going to make it so that you can put up your stats anywhere you like in your own protection. So if I do TD list and I look at my list of stuff here, so playtime 63 weeks. If I click on this to edit it, if I do TD edit, you can see that it doesn't actually put 63 weeks, 4 days. It puts this wackadoodle variable in here. And this is the part that I need to make easier for people to use. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but for players who know how to do this stuff, how to use these variables, they're now available in the text display plugin. So if you put statistic underscore time underscore played, when I edit this, it's going to change my time there, 19 minutes now. That's because it just updated it. So these things will update when you leave the area and come back again. So if I left for a little bit and came back, it would update the time as well as how many jumps I've done. So if I go up to jumps and I edit this one, there, jumps, statistic underscore jump, and it tells me how many jumps I've done. So yeah, we're going to make it so that players can now put their stats at their base. They can see how much they walked, how much they jumped, how many mobs they've killed, how many blocks they've placed, all that kind of good stuff. And it'll always be available at their base. And it'll be your stats. So if you come to my house, you'll always see my stats, literally Autism Father's stats, walking distance, everything. But if you go to spawn, ooh, that sun is bright. And you come here and look, this will show you your stats. So I'm going to see mine. F1 will see F1's, Jack will see Jack's. This is dynamic to the viewer. So whoever's looking at it. But the stuff I'm going to be setting up for you guys to use at your base, it'll be your stats. So you put your stats at your base, and anybody who goes there will see your stats. If I do want to play time, it will show just mine. Just yours. It's answering them as I know what the questions will be. So again, it's in the plugin, but if you just start typing, like it doesn't tell you what those variables are. So it's not super easy to use if you don't know what they are. Hey Dave, thank you for the lurk. Hope you're having a good weekend. I know you were up early this morning. Hopefully not too tired after that. It is supposed to work right now. It's at my base. Yeah. Home. It's here. So it said 19 minutes. Now it says 20 minutes. So it updated just now. Yep. It's live. It's on the server. It's just not super easy to use because it doesn't tell you what the variables are. But yeah. At a b-ball tournament, so I can't hear you, but hi. There we go. I guess with the closed captioning, if that's on, you'll be able to see what I'm saying. But yeah, if it's in the plugin right now, I'm just gonna make it a little bit easier to be able to pull up those variables so that you can see what it is you can use and what you can't. But once that's done, you can put virtually. So if you press escape and you go to statistics, basically all of this is available as an option. For example, jumps. 1.3 million, 1.3 million. F1. Okay. Listen to the words I'm speaking. The variables work. You can do the text display statistics, but I haven't coded it yet to make it easy to use. So no, it's not / text displays statistics. It's not there yet. I'm working on it. There's a lot of stats. And they're all variables to make the stats work. And I haven't figured out an easy way to make it so that I can get them into your hands. So you know, like interactions with a furnace. What's the variable for that? I don't know. So I need to make the plugin easy enough to use that any player that wants to know how many times they've interacted with a loom, they can do that. But it's in there and it works. There's just there's no easy way to know what the variables are yet. So that's something we're working on. But the variables do work. That's a good step one. I say this a million times a day. Yeah, me too. Hello, Sums Up. Welcome in. Welcome in. I love this spawn. But yeah, always with the new features. We got lots of new features coming, and I'm very excited about it. Love your shaders. Me too. I love the northern lights. I love the moon. I love how everything lights up and has nice, deep, rich shadows. And yeah, it's not very good for caving, though. I'll tell you that. If you get down into a cave, everything becomes complete darkness, and it's really hard to see anything or do anything. But for exploring the world, taking some screenshots, looking out at stuff like this, it's pretty nice. Hello, Spartan. Welcome in. If I come over here. Come on, tell me that doesn't look amazing. How you doing, Spartan? I hope you're having a good weekend. I like Solace shaders for mining. The ores glow. Yeah, that definitely makes it pretty handy. There's some resource packs that do that too. Hello, Mandy. Thank you for checking in. We are on Autcraft once again doing the Minecraft thing. We're going to announce Player of the Week today. I am tired. Me too. Normally it's really hard for me to see in the dark. I miss a lot of ores. Well, I mean, there's ways around that, right? Like you can use mods to make it always full brightness. You can use the Dragon Slayer head so it's always bright. But if you're playing elsewhere that doesn't have those things, I just sprinted for 10 minutes to get home for Player of the Week. That's some serious dedication. So different from your first welcome sign. Bam, let me show you. Warp spawn 1. This, welcome to 2013. You watch the TED Talk again? This was our very first welcome sign. Yep, way back in 2013. This is what you saw in the TED Talk. This is it. Crazy how far we've come. Warp Spawn 2 didn't have a welcome sign. This was totally encased inside of a building. We tried to keep people from wandering too far away, and so we literally closed everything off. Hello, Party Pro. This was our birthday board here. And then our world portals were over here. And then Warp Spawn 3 ended up inside of another pyramid. There's literally a portal behind us. But out here, we have a whole new welcome sign. And like this massive motel. Thank you for the watch streak. I have a surprise for you. Nice. Warp Spawn 4. Again, no more welcome sign. That was part of a live stream, Take Back Our Identity. That wasn't initially there. So we didn't even have a welcome sign at this one. You just spawned in, and then you had mini games and the world portals right over there. And then Warp Spawn 5. We had a welcome sign, but it was way up there. Was this before World Guard? Yeah. Spawn 2. Spawn 1. No, Spawn 1 and Spawn 2 were not before World Guard, but World Guard was very, very new. But they were before World Borders. There was no such thing as a world border back then. Warp Spawn. This is Warp Spawn 5, and then of course Warp Spawn 6, which is what most people have gotten used to and come to know over the years. And then this. That's our evolution of welcome signs. over the course of 13 years. Famous Living Human. Hello, welcome in. Hi, Cody. Thank you for the 7 streams watch streak. Sums up with a 3 stream streak. I remember when they first added elytras. Yeah. That was at Spawn 4. Spawn 4 I created specifically for elytras. I got YouTube rank. I heard. Congrats. I see that already. It says Array 14 joined the game. But yeah, that's some of our spawns didn't have welcome signs. Some of our spawns didn't have the lodge. Some of our spawns had just differences from each other. But over the years, nothing's ever really truly gone away. We bring things back, we move things around, stuff changes, but at its core, Autcraft keeps being Autcraft. This spawn does not have the shops, correct. Spawn 5 also did not have shops. Only one spawn didn't have the lodge. I believe 2 of them did not. Warp spawn 2. Obviously, no lodge here. We're inside of a building, so there's no lodge. Warp spawn 5 also did not have a lodge. It was on an ocean. Had the Patreon monument. We had this house and a ship over here and stuff, but no lodge. So 2 of them. This is where I made our infamous creeper that doesn't stop staring at you no matter what you do. But yeah, 2 spawns didn't have welcome signs and 2 spawns didn't have lodges. This spawn has a lodge. It is over here. But this one is quite different. All the other ones look very much the same from spawn to spawn, but this one is copper. Very steampunk. Remember who gave me a tour when I first joined? That was a long time ago. I just got booked with Disney for a short film and mental health campaign. I'm screaming. Like a Disney short film? That's amazing. Well, congratulations. That's huge. Are we going to get to see this short film? Like, is it going to be like an official release and where everybody's going to get to see it? I can't see you in Minecraft? Correct. You cannot. Disney British mental health charity. Sweet. I would love to see that if you get a copy of it. Hello, Gaming Widow. Welcome in. Welcome in. I don't say anything, but this is so cool. It's 100% cool. That is some big bragging rights. I'm so famous. You are. It's literally in your name. Hello, Jay. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Saturday. It's a campaign shown in schools and colleges, but it's funded by Disney. It won't be on Disney Plus, but it may be on their social media. I don't know yet. Yeah, I know they do a lot of stuff that never makes it like prime time. Like it's stuff that they do specifically for their own personal, you know, um, like their parks, their projects, things like that. That's not for public consumption, but also they do stuff for charity. There's a chance my PC might crash. I'm running 3 Minecraft instances. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I do that a lot. It's a credit I could put. Absolutely, it is. It's even better that it's a charity thing that you put on your Gotta have a shower. That is super awesome, though. Hopefully they send you like a copy. Like they'll send you like a video file in an email or something. Some way that you can save that and keep it and hold on to it, because that'll be something to remember for a long time. Send stream link. Okay. Hello, Stephanie. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Stephanie, by the way, you were follower number 2,849, and somebody else followed right after you to be follower number 2,850. So if you want to like unfollow and follow again to be the 2,850th, I understand. What vanish does the server use? Yeah, find one that works for you. The one that we use is actually like super duper outdated. We've kind of had to like do some patchwork to keep it going. But there's a bunch. But seriously though, anybody in the chat who is into cozy games like Stardew Valley or Dreamlight Valley, I just realized there's a lot of Valley games. Palia, stuff like that. Give Stephanie in the chat a follow. She's been playing Palia, but also she just got into Loftia, which is only in beta right now. Dorito emoji, sweet. I got some Doritos right here too. But Stephanie's been playing Loftia, which looks super cute and adorable, and I am very much jealous because I don't get to try it yet. But if you want to see what it's like, it's very, very strong Stardew Valley vibes, but more adorable and fun. I'm happy to. There you go. Give her a follow and go check it out. She's been learning how to play it, so you can learn along with her and see if it's a game that you're into. I know a lot of my viewers are into cozy, fun, cute games instead of stressful, anxiety-inducing games. I'm not saying hi to everybody who comes into the game. I'm very bad about that when I'm streaming. But hi, everybody. Did you all know that Autism Father subscribed to me on YouTube? It's true. That is true. I did subscribe to Famous Living Human. I like my stressful Fortnite. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying that you have to like choose one or the other. I'm just saying if you want to take a break from the stress and anxiety, if you need something cozy to kind of balance these things out, Loftia literally does look like a ton of fun though. Stephanie went from like her little home island thingy to one of the main islands, and just the little cinematic where it takes you through and you can see the little ponds and little forests, the little houses and stuff. It looks incredible. They like, my first thought was those developers just had an absolute field day building out that little world because it is so cute. Futuristic Stardew, yeah. Hi Nords, welcome in. Are we talking about stress and anxiety? We're talking about relieving stress and anxiety, Famous Living Human. We're talking about playing games that are cozy and comfy and relaxing and fun, and you don't have to have stress and anxiety. Fortnite helps. It can. I find that it used to help with mine. I used to Me and some of my staff, some of our admins, we used to play at the end of each day because it was actually an honest to goodness good way to relieve some stress, to get some of those anxieties out, but not so much anymore. Hi Tree, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. But yeah, me, Soulfire here, Crankles, several of us, we used to play Fortnite every single night, but it just got too sweaty. Would you like to come see some of my videos? I can send a link. Another time, yes. I've seen some of your videos though. Suggestion: Autcraft should make a soccer minigame at some point using the sulfur cube. Yeah, we're probably um if you right click spam the cake, it makes a funny burp sound. Yeah, it does. Hello, Ozeron. Welcome in. Tay, thank you for the check-in. How are you, sir? Hope you're having a good weekend. Keep Furry on his toes. Or keep him on his toes. Iceboat racing would also be awesome. Yes, absolutely. Lurk while I get stuff done. Thank you for the lurk. Yeah, those new sulfur cubes are absolutely amazing, but all the games that they showcased when they did the Minecraft live and they showcased all these games that they were playing using the sulfur cubes, all that stuff was built with redstone and the sulfur cubes. Like, there was no plugins, there was no need to do any extra work. Players can make those games themselves. Right? You get some droppers, you get some tripwire for your nets, you get, a few things here and there. You can make your own games and have players come and play. I'm looking forward to seeing what players can do. I will do that for y'all when they are out. Yeah, I'd be happy to see your videos. I watch your videos anyway. I'm already following you, I think, on a couple things. YouTube, TikTok, maybe? I don't know, but I see your videos. But yes, it is time for Player of the Week. For those who are new to my streams at this time, Saturdays at 4 p.m. Eastern every week, we do Player of the Week on Autcraft. Many Minecraft servers, many games in general, communities and things like that, they like to reward people for winning races, winning combat, winning whatever kind of contest it is. We like to reward players for being a good human being. And this week is another opportunity to reward somebody for being a good person. AF just mentioned the best part. Players can make it too, including variations such as ice hockey. Yeah, exactly. Autism Father, follow my name tag. Okay. Autism Father, can mannequins be made to sit? Am I allowed to send my TikTok link to AC? No, sorry, not allowed. If you have the YouTube rank, you could share it in the forum. But yes, every Saturday, 4 p.m., which is when the rest of the world seems to do all their events, so I miss them. Autcraft announces our Player of the Week, and we choose players that are kind, helpful, generous, but also those who are just positive and fun to be around and make everything more enjoyable. And then also on top of that, we also choose players who have good self improvement. If they are consistently getting into trouble or getting angry or, just having a bad time all around and not used to social structures and stuff like that, but then they have a really good week where they don't cause any problems, where they're actually playing with people, having a good time, and there's no drama, no incidents or stuff like that, we'll give them player of the week because we want to encourage and see much more of that. Let them know that they're doing a good job. So each week we choose one player and they get player of the week, which will give them credits to use in our store. And the credits that are in our store have actual real world value. So you can get virtually anything just by playing. Like we have jobs. Um, Jobs. There we go. Browse. I always forget. So we have all these different jobs that you can do, and you earn money as you play. So you don't have to ever spend a cent on Autcraft. You can get literally everything just by playing the game. But if you wanted to, you can actually use real world money as well. So when we give players credits for being player of the week, they're actually getting like actual real money. But it's our way of encouraging people just to be, good to each other, to support and encourage each other. It's not about competition. It's not about who's the fastest, who's the best at PvP, who can do the best building. It's all about, what you can do for other people, and we want to reward that. I've changed a lot since I was player of the week, for the worse or for the better. Hello, Captain Jakey. Yep, time for player of the week again. I didn't know player of the week gave credits. Yeah, you get 4 credits. You get 4 credits, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider like spawn eggs and particles and stuff like that are like 2 credits, you can actually with 4 credits you can buy a few things. Some of the spawn eggs I believe are just 1 credit or something. I don't remember. It's been a long time. Thank you, Tay. Autcraft is cool. I'm very proud of it, but it's not because of anything I did. I mean, obviously I started it, run it and stuff, but none of this would be possible or work at all if it wasn't for the players being such awesome people. Like they are the ones who earn player of the week. They do all these great things, supporting and encouraging each other. We try to encourage more of that, but it's everybody being so awesome with each other. I often say like no one person is a community, right? One person can have the best ideals, we can set up the best rules, make the most fun games and the best structure, but if the people in the community aren't, good people, then it's just not going to work. So it's the people who make Autcraft such an incredible place. People who want the YouTube rank doesn't have to post Minecraft. You do need some Minecraft because you're on a Minecraft server promoting your channel to Minecraft players. We do ask that you have some Minecraft content for them to see, but it doesn't have to be all Minecraft. You can absolutely have Rocket League and some other stuff on there. But I do appreciate that, Tay. I love Autcraft. I love being here just as much as anybody. I get really excited when I'm doing like even code. I'm just sitting here and I'm just watching console, watching the players talk, and I'm sharing some of the funny things or silly things that players say or do with the rest of the staff, and we all get a chuckle about it and talk about how cute it is, how nice everybody is that our people are with each other and stuff. Meanwhile, I'm writing my code, and I get super excited as I'm writing because I know that the players will be super excited when they get to see it. So, like for example, um, one update that I'm going to be adding very, very soon is these text displays you can create and place at your base will now have an option where you can show off your stats. So if I do TD list and I go to playtime, you can see playtime and then percentage statistic underscore time underscore played percentage sign. That's tricky, and most children especially are not going to be able to use that very well, so I need to come up with a better system for that. So I haven't thought about how to do that yet, but it is technically working. And when I do get it working, I know the players are going to be super excited about it, and so I get super excited, you know, just waiting for that moment to be able to show them where they get to be able to use it. But it is on the server, it does work. Hello Badger. Hey. The darkness has been broken for a while. Is not working yet because Mojang keeps breaking the command blocks every single time they update Minecraft, and so I just sort of gave up on it. When they finally are done messing with command block structure, I will fix the darkness. Hopefully once and for all. Just asked yesterday to a helper if we'll ever be able to do that. To do what? Oh, to be able to put your own stats at your base? Well, there's your answer. It's coming. It's actually technically there already. You technically can do it right now. It's just not easy to do because there's no easy way to see what those variables are. But I'm working on it, and it'll be there, and you'll be able to do that. Hello, Badger. How are you today? I hope you're having a good Saturday. Yep. It's coming. I love being able to do all this stuff, and what I really like about it is that no other server has it. No other server will give you guys these abilities to do the text displays and item displays and mannequins and all these things that we do, much less be able to show your stats. So it's all super cool features that you're going to get here and here only, and I love being able to provide that for you guys. I taught myself Java programming to be able to make plugins like this just so I can give you guys all the coolest features, because that's what excites me. Seeing everybody happy and doing all this stuff and making amazing builds and coming up with amazing looking homes in the game, that's my excitement. You're doing a bunch of laundry. That sounds like a Saturday. Yep, that's a very Saturday thing to do. It's Captain J. Hello, River. Thank you for checking in. Did that yesterday? Yeah. The never-ending job. Building for a university assignment? That's amazing. What's the assignment that you need to build an Autcraft for? Hello, Lids. Happy Saturday. So mine here is TD edit. Hey, Lids. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good weekend. Hope you're having a great everything. It's always good to see you. I love to see you stop in, say hi. So yeah, statistic underscore time played. For the most part, most of the statistics are self-explanatory like that. Like jump is statistic underscore jump. Distance walked is TD edit statistic underscore walk underscore 1 underscore centimeter. So you can see they're not all very self-explanatory. So some of them are, some of them aren't, and I need to make it work better. So I'm going to make it easier for everybody, but you'll be able to do this at your base soon. Hope you're well. I am. It's been warm and sunny. Nice. It has been sunny here. So we're halfway there. Actually, it's been warmer here than it has been in a long time, but I still wouldn't call that warm. Speaking of, it's snowing in game. Very sunny in England. Isn't it usually cloudy in England? What's the command? That's the command. Oh, I'm yawning. 20. Hold on. It is currently 12 degrees where I am. So it's not freezing here like usual, but it's nowhere near 20. I flew my drone for the first time in a few weeks and it overheated. That's pretty warm for me. Yeah, 12 degrees is the highest it's been since probably September. Quite nice here and Wales as well. Well, I mean, whatever weather England is getting, there's a good chance Wales is getting it. Statistic time played. Yep, that's the one. Celsius? What? You mean the unit of measure that the entire world besides the United States use? All right, back to player of the week. We have 5 minutes. Guess where I've only lived my entire life? Yeah, but you've still heard of Celsius before. I've only ever lived in Canada, and I know what Fahrenheit is, and the only country that uses it. It all depends on how north or south the other person is. Yeah, England, for such a little place, Wales being even smaller, can definitely get a wide range of temperatures. I'm asking if you're saying 12 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit? Celsius. 12 degrees Fahrenheit would not be considered very warm at all. But yeah, 12 degrees Celsius. It's above freezing. It's not at all what I'd say warm, but it's not freezing, so I'll take it. 12 degrees Fahrenheit on the other side, that would definitely be freezing. I would not like that very much. There's two other countries for customary system. Interesting. Never heard of it at that. Heard imperial system. But yeah, there's two little itty bitty countries, very small countries. What's your fastest CPS? I don't know. I've never bothered to care to check. Not sure if you saw, but I said about what ladies. Oh, I did not. What is her assignment? He has to create a Reggio style. It's a Reggio. It's building it in Cam City. Reggio style. Oh, interesting. That's very cool. You know, Minecraft really is brilliant for that sort of stuff. Being able to um, visualize a room or a building. As far one of the um, one of the Meet a Minecrafter videos was about a city that used Minecraft. They had Minecraft set up in their community center, their town hall, or something like that, and people in the city were welcome to use those computers and play their Minecraft. And what they did was they came up with designs for an area of the city that had like garbage in it. It was like a landfill kind of garbage dump area that was just toxic and terrible, and nobody went there and everybody hated it, but the city was going to clean it up. But instead of just going in and cleaning it up, they invited the people to come and play Minecraft and give an idea of what they would like to see there. And so people did. And they got thousands and thousands of people in to play Minecraft. to build what they think their city should look like. And when they went through them all and found what they liked, they sent the workers in and cleaned it all up and built the stuff that the people had done in Minecraft. It was pretty brilliant. So yeah, I would love to see what she's done so far, but we're like 2 minutes away. So I'm going to sit my square butt on this bench and get ready to do our player of the week. At work, gotta run. Have a good player of the week. Thanks for stopping in, Cody. Appreciate it. Sitting at a whopping 10 frames per second. I have a plugin for my game that makes it so if I don't do anything in game, like if I don't type or move or anything like that, it'll drop my FPS down to 10, I think. And then you just see people like choppily moving across the screen, very jaggedy movements, but it helps to reduce the load on my computer so Minecraft isn't taking up as many resources at the time. I don't think it's going to do it before. I'm waiting to see if it does the whole dropping to 10 frames per second before we do player of the week, but I don't think it's going to happen in time because it's already 4. So for anybody who didn't know, new to the server, new to the stream, you can do /pride and it'll put the rainbow hearts in the chat, but you can also press space and get a list. You can actually go through a list of all different options. And if you don't know what somebody else shared, like for example, Pride, you can put your mouse over and you can see exactly which one that is. Hello, Go Boom. Thank you. Pride Ben. Nope. Like this one? That's Pan. So on Autcraft, every single animal, monster, everything drops a head sometimes. It's rare, but if you kill enough cows, for example, you will get that cow's head. And a few years ago, 11 years ago, I think 11 years ago, we took it one step further and added in shinies. So as rare as it is to get a mob's head, it is even rarer sometimes you get a shiny version of that head. And then somewhere along the way, probably 3 or 4 years ago, we started having shiny month in May, where the rates of drops greatly increase. Starting on May 1st, the drop rates for heads and shiny heads will greatly increase. Not only that, but new shiny heads will be available too. And no, we won't tell you what it is or what the odds are of getting one. Everybody always asks, "What are the drop rates? What are the odds? How many? What's the new head?" I'm not telling. Before Autcraft was a shiny hunter in Pokemon, so it was perfect. Yeah, a lot of players are. A lot of players are very heavy into Pokemon, which makes sense because Pokemon was created by an autistic man, and so we kind of want to carry that over and give everybody a chance to try and catch the ball in game as well. Starting on my birthday, yeah, it is. Hope there's gonna be a shiny Copper Golem head. Um, Wait, Autism Father's here? Yeah, you just sent me a TPA request. Um, so I said we will be adding some new shiny heads to discover on the 1st, but we'll also be adding more throughout the month of May. So don't get discouraged if someone else discovers them, you'll have more chances. Hello, Void. Monster Man! Thank you for resubscribing for 9 months. Amazon Prime. Thank you so much for that. That's a Twitch baby. That's 9 months. Got a whole baby out of that. Thank you so much for resubbing. Can't believe it's been 9 months. Hello, Sweet Spice. Welcome in. We're doing Player of the Week. Hello, hello. I want. Need to get outside, so I'm watching on my phone. I need to get outside too. Oh, look. Brand new player as I do the broadcast. Good timing. I said, also, once the shinies are added, they will be available forever. So even if you don't discover it first, that won't stop you from being able to get your own anytime. Actually, did Player of the Week at the beach or outside chilling. That would be pretty cool. Maybe. I mean, I need a laptop, but I could do something like that. Minty, hello. First time watching your Player of the Week stream. I'm glad to be part of one. Hello from Minty Lady in the Autcraft server. Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, you're usually around, I know, but Happy to have you in on the stream as well. Um, also, for those of you collecting or needing their first Wither Miner, May is your best chance. Start collecting those Wither Skeleton heads now so you can get those Wither Shinies all of May. So for on Autcraft, we have a very special pickaxe that allows you to insta-mine Deep Slate. In the game, natural, normal, vanilla Minecraft, there's no pickaxe and no level of anything you can get that will break Deep Slate fast. But we have a pickaxe that does, but it's not easy to get. Um, It's not easy to get. You have to get all 4 shiny wither heads, and those drop at random. So, first of all, it's rare that a wither will drop a head when you kill it. When it does, it drops one of 4 heads, and it's random. So you might get doubles before you ever get all 4. But on top of that, those are not going to help you. You need the shiny versions, which are even more rare than the regular heads. And again, those are random, so you might get doubles before you get all 4. If you get all 4, you put them into a crafting bench or in your little crafting window, whatever, because it's only 4, and it will give you a special pickaxe. It's the only way to get it, and it's the only server that has them. Are they on? No. Let's announce the birthdays for the week, starting with today, April the 25th. Everyone wish a very happy birthday to Cute Mill. What does ACH on AC do? ACH is shorthand for Autcraft Helper. It's Autcraft, see, Autcraft Helper. And then if you look, channels, clear chat, highlight, listen, pronouns. So whatever you have access to that you're going to see here, I don't think you'll see the ones that you don't have access to, but it's literally just the plugin that we do a lot of our chat stuff with. So if I do Chan, it gives you all this. That's with the ACH plugin, Autcraft Helper plugin. ACH is just short for Autcraft Helper, and it does lots of stuff that it does our pronouns, highlighting, notification sounds, channels, lots of stuff. Also celebrating their birthday today, everyone also wish a very happy birthday to Info Vinyl. Did you make a plugin that clears your chat and your chat only? I mean, I guess. Not sure why you would want to do that, but I guess. There's actually in Minecraft, there's no such thing as a clear chat because all of chat gets recorded to a text file, and that text file is literally what you're reading. Yeah, F3 plus D does that already. It's in game. But literally all it's really doing is just putting in a bunch of blank lines because all that stuff is still in your log file. It's still in your text file. Got to run an errand. Just letting Twitch know I'm still here. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate that so much. Stay safe on your errand. Appreciate the lurk while you are off running around. 6. All right, on to April 26th. Tomorrow, everyone wish a happy birthday to Skunk Mummy. Always safe? Good. Love to hear it. Has Minecraft got a built-in chat log? Yeah. Yeah, it's in your Minecraft folder. It's in app data, like your personal roaming local data, blah blah blah. Where it saves your screenshots in there. It's where you put your mods, where you put your resource packs, where you put your shader packs, all that stuff. There's a folder called logs, and in there is all the text logs of everything that happens in your game. All right, continuing on to April the 27th. Everyone be sure to wish a happy birthday to Smiley Guy 899. Happy birthday. Found it on my server. Cool. I was just needing one. Yeah, so your server has logs, which is literally what we sit and watch. That's what we call console. It's a website that is reading out the logs to us in real time. So every time anything happens on the server, we see it show up, and that's what is in the log file. But then your individual Minecraft also has logs, and it will record everything that you yourself see. So you won't see all the private messages between other people. You won't see the server messages, stuff like that. But anything that you see, like for example, Void Champion just messaged me, that will be in my personal log file. It's very handy to have and very handy to know because sometimes you have to go back through that stuff. On April the 29th, we have 2 birthdays. So first up, everyone remember to wish a very happy birthday to Rosie5858. Use it most of the time for testing. So most of the time, if you look into my console, there will be /op/d. Yeah. Yep, I have that a lot too. I need op specifically for working on command blocks. You cannot work on command blocks without that, but for a lot of the stuff, you can get away without it as long as you are doing your permissions properly. And also on the 29th, make sure to wish a very happy birthday to Shiba147. Is there a way to make it so that players can use command blocks but not edit them? Well, I mean buttons, right? You put a button on the command block and then it activates whatever code is inside the command block. Like you can't give them access to be able to access the interface of a command block. But like if you have a command block that spawns in like a creeper or something, yeah, you just redstone. You can just put a button on it, just have them click the button and whatever's in the command block will work. Thank you, fam. Got one more birthday coming up and they've already said it themselves, so And last but certainly not least, and to kick off Shiny Month on May the 1st, everyone wish a very happy birthday to Supercam XP. Look at all the magenta names. But yes, F1, we have a bunch of command block stuff around. If you remember at Spawn 6, where you press the button and you get the book, the ACC book, or AAC book, sorry, AAC book that helps you communicate just with icons and stuff, that book is given to you by command block. Hello, Scout. Welcome to Awakeness, Consciousness, Anti-Sleep. Have you ever tried the commands Kitty Cannon or Bazooka? Yes, I have. 67 are just numbers? Yeah, it's true. Oh, we got 67 players on. How about that? Look at that. 67 players of Kitty Cannon. They say a true test of how good a person can be is in the things they do for people who could do nothing in return. And when no one is watching, with no chance of reward or acknowledgement, they're still doing good anyway. Soulfire, are you in here? Probably not. She's sitting right in front of me, though. I can see her. On Autcraft, the admins are always watching to make sure everyone is safe, that nothing bad is happening, that everyone has what they need. But while watching, the admins also watch for the good things. Are you using Optifine? I am not. I am using Sodium, which is arguably better than Optifine because it simply improves performance. It doesn't try to do all the things that Optifine does. One of the things that impresses the admins most is when we see players helping others or talking with others about tough subjects or just generally being a good friend, even when they think no one will ever know it. I'm going to come play today, tomorrow, because it's rainy. Oh, that's awesome. You are very welcome to be on anytime, Sweet Spice. Always. I prefer Sodium because mod integration is a lot easier with Fabric. True. But yeah, Sodium is specifically geared towards just optimization. All the other stuff, like Iris is for the shaders and different things, different mods for different things, all specializing in their thing, whereas Optifine tries to do a whole bunch of things and rename broadcast. No. It's cute though. We like that players call it that, but we won't be renaming it. Um, since we do see it, we feel like it deserves being talked about and acknowledged. Everyone should know that what they do, even if no one else knows about it, that someone somewhere appreciates it. Oop. Nobody would ever let me down, let me live that one down if I had a typo where I missed the K. So, for quietly being a good friend, for being a helpful player, and for just being a generally good person to have around without any need for reward or prize for it, this week's player of the week is Pickle Roll. Kitty in lap roll, player of the week roll, rolls out of bed. Kind party pro roll. Hope roll. Ogre pawn roll. Bum roll. Northern lights roll around the world. Sushi roll. Oh, I want sushi roll. Drum roll. That's a good one. I mean, I don't see that very often. Strangely enough. Banana roll. Oops, I rolled in mud. WHP roll. Random roll. Autistically rolls out of the chair. Indeed roll. Okay, Electronics. I see you. Rolls out of bed. Flintstones roll. Polka dot roll. Actually rolls on my bed in real life. I actually did. Chewing gum roll. Bread roll. That's a good one. Are we ready? And then I mailed them. I said, congrats on being player of the week. You've been awarded 4 credits. There's our player of the week. Baby Monster has been quietly taking it upon themselves to help out players when they sign on. That they literally just gave a tour a few minutes ago as the stream began. Good night, Party Pro. They've been helping out people here and there and just keeping them to themselves about it. They just do the work. They just help out people and then go about their game. Just to check, can I stream on my server but not share the IP? Yeah, absolutely. That could be Scout's child and Family's child and Autism Father's child. Yeah, sure. My child is old enough to work. I had to drive him to work before the stream, as a matter of fact. Freeway parenting sounds great. Remember, being a good person is all about how you can improve the lives of people around you. It's not about reward or recognition. Do it because it's the right thing to do. We appreciate it, and so does everyone you help. Have a great week. Plugin does the server use? Server use? Yeah. F1, I think I've told you this before, and it's something I tell people all the time. I tell people a lot. Don't try to make another Autcraft because there already is one. Don't try to make another Hypixel. There already is one. Mama Spice, hello, Mama Spice. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Oh, Wither fight has begun. You're not going to ever be able to compete with Autcraft, which is literally in the World of Minecraft book. You're never going to be able to compete with Hypixel, which is arguably, going to be #1 for a long time to come. Never try to compete with well-established brands. Take inspiration from them. Absolutely take inspiration. What they're doing right. Learn from that. But don't just try and make copies. Don't just try and use what they're using or do what they're doing. You're never, ever going to get anywhere, because why would anybody go to your server when there already is a Hypixel, which is arguably better? Why would anybody go to, somebody's copy of Autcraft when they can go to Autcraft? You need to find a way to make what you're doing unique. You need a unique experience, a unique server, a unique opportunity for players to do something that they're never going to do anywhere else. Good night, Nords. Hope you have a good sleep. If you can't give somebody something that nobody else can give them, why would they come to you? Hello, Chooch. That's one way to make an entrance. Thank you so much for 10,000 bits. Hello, Kimber. Always better late than never. Always happy to see you, Kimber. Thank you so much. Look at Chooch's emote. I added that emote last night just for Chooch. Chooch woke up and chose bits. Yeah, better than choosing violence. Just finished his exam and you're still in school? That's wild. It's all about uniqueness. You can use Google. It will give you a bunch of options from different people. Yep. Oh, check this out. These are these new zombie Nautilus. I don't know how well they do on rooftops. They're usually pretty good in water, though. But I think they're kind of stuck right now. Thank you again so much, Chooch. That's a wild way to say hello. I hope the exam went well. I'm guessing it did because you're so brilliant. I can't imagine that you would not do well. But it's an expression. I hope it did well. Tired of it? I bet. But that's your last one, right? Or nearing the last one. Shrine Maiden! Thank you for the alert. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're doing a big old wither fight. We have a couple of bosses. Does anybody see any spider webs? Where's Spiderweb Man? There he is. It's a Spider King. It's a floating Spider King. You want to teleport to me? Okay. I'm going to put you on this side of the wall where not quite so dangerous. You're welcome. My best friend's foster daughter has prom today, and we're at the park doing pictures. Today, weather-wise, has been perfect. Nice. A streamer friend of mine, Matt, He's also doing prom today with his daughter. Seems to be the big day for prom. Brings back lots of good memories, I bet. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are having good weather for it. I would argue even here, if we did that here today, it would be amazing looking pictures. We have a beautiful sunny day, but it's not warm. Brave the 70-kilometer-per-hour winds. Right. Yeah. So you would get in the pictures, you would never know it. The pictures would look great. But the kids would be freezing taking those pictures today, I think. Also made us realize it's been 38 years since we were seniors. Yeah, that's the painful part. I was in a stream yesterday, no, 2 days ago. We were talking about stuff happening in the 90s. People, how old they were in the 90s, and some of the people in the stream were like, I wasn't even alive in the 90s. And I was like, yeah, I graduated college in the 90s. So thank you for making me feel really old. I appreciate that. What is my FOV at right now? Here we go. That looks better. All that time I didn't even notice. I can connect Twitch to my car. You can't. No, you can't watch Twitch in your car. Does it? Now I'm listening to a podcast of you speaking. Does it actually show like video while you're driving? I know there's some video apps for cars now, but they won't play unless your car is in park. Does Twitch work even while you're driving? Because that sounds dangerous. Now you can send bits from your car. You can watch, but I'm not. Oh my gosh, that doesn't sound right. That sounds dangerous. I don't think people should be having Twitch on. But like I said, I have a video player in my car and with Android Auto, but it disables itself unless the car is in park. When you put the car in park, you can watch a movie, which is awesome. But as soon as you take it out of park and the car is moving, it disables the video. I'm listening to an oldies radio station that plays music from the 80s. Timber, don't torture yourself. New emote. Hello, Kahoov. Yes, I added that last night. Chooch's favorite emote is the Behold emote, which is very awesome, which is why he uses it a lot. But Chooch is also Side-Eyed Duck in Minecraft. And I've been sharing that emote in his place and decided to add it. So now it's available. You can use it anywhere, anytime. We are listening to Twitch from the car. Why are my arrows disappearing? Where are you firing arrows? They should be disappearing at spawn. Oh, I killed the Vex. It flew in front of me. My arrows are not disappearing. Okay, I got a Vex head because I shot it as it flew in front of me. I listen to streams in my car all the time because like a 1.5-hour drive home. So all of you guys, can you watch the streams though? Or are you just like, okay, I guess I should ask, are you just like using your phone, or is this like an in-car like Android Auto, Apple Autoplay feature where you can watch Twitch while you drive? Because if you can watch Twitch on the monitor in your car while you're driving, that doesn't sound like a very safe feature. And I would argue that common sense would say people wouldn't do that, but I also know that common sense isn't as common as you would think it is. Mine doesn't play visuals. Nice. Okay, so audio. That's fine. That's fine. Using the phone, but the audio is coming from the car. Yeah, so that's different. That's different. You're getting around that. That's fine. I mean, you're gonna be if you're holding your phone, you're probably not driving. Could be VR headsets for drivers. Oh gosh. Eesh. Hi, River. Hi. But yeah, if you have a display in your car and it uses like Android Auto or Apple Autoplay or something like that, and you can actually watch a stream or a video or something while the car is in drive and you're moving, that's just... I listen to YouTube videos in my van when I'm driving. I don't watch because I make sure my phone is in the holder. Okay, so you're still using your phone, not the actual in-car system. Like, there's no way for your car to know that, so I understand why that would be a thing, but it's good that you turn it so you're not watching it. My mom watches dance comps by putting her phone in the wireless charger. Yeah. Yeah, again, the whole car thing with your phone is one thing, but, like, the integrated system, like the display that's actually a part of the car, should never be playing videos while you're driving. Like, mine has an app that will play videos when I'm in park, and it disables itself the moment I put the car into drive or reverse, which to me is a very good feature. That's how it should be. We got the Dragon Slayer over here. My mom watches YouTube videos and texts while driving, no matter what anyone says. That's just asking for trouble. The problem with, like, driving dangerously, doing dangerous things while you're driving, is that it never affects just you. If you are distracted and you get into an accident, there's like a very good chance that that accident's going to involve other people, and now you're affecting, possibly, you know, permanently affecting the lives of other people because you had to watch a video while you were driving, and that's just not okay. I've known people to override that feature, right? And it's just not smart. It's not smart. If it was only you, if you could guarantee that you did something dumb and you got in an accident for it, and the only person that ever had to pay for it or suffer for it or any consequence of whatever was just you, even then I would say no, but at least then. But the fact that there's other people out there that you could be affecting, not okay. You can't be reckless like that when it involves other people. Lincat, did you get that head or no? Nope. No mace, please. It blew up the head. It blew up the head. You gotta be faster than that. There's a wither over your head. I can't drop it while the thing is bombing you. All right, there it is. You got it. You got it. We got it. My van's 20 years old. The display things weren't a thing yet. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it. I listen and watch to Twitch on the bus as a car passenger and walking place. Yeah, yeah, which makes perfect sense. That's, I would 100. Hello? What just happened? All of a sudden I was face down and couldn't move. That was weird. Yeah, no, a lot of people do that. Like when they're stuck on a transit or they're just out in the park or whatever, you can pop on live stream and check it out while you're out. It's a good way to pass the time, good way to still be connected. But if you're hands on the steering wheel driving through traffic and there's other people around and you've got Twitch on a monitor and you're looking over to see what people are doing, yeah, I could check out Lady H's project now. Hmm. Yes, this is in Cam City. Quiet room. Nice. Science ship. Careful how I say that. 10 out of 10 would go to school here. Yeah, I agree. It was, but also a lot of fun. Yeah. Nice. A area area a area. Nailed it. All right. I want to play Rubik's Cube. I can see Twitch on my display. Welcome in, Chooch, but I'm not watching. You having a stroke? Listen, I'm reading the sign. That's what it says. Look, a area. Area. That's what it says. We play Terraria? Yeah. There's bookshelves inside the shelves of books. That's awesome. It's days like this where I like being on leave from work. I'm sitting on a swing at the park in the shade with a nice breeze, watching all the beautiful prom couples taking pictures. Usually miss things like this since you're at work. Yeah. Outdoor area. It's a good thing she labeled that. I would never have guessed. It's much more descriptive than a area. Is there an upstairs? I thought I saw stairs. Aha, there is an upstairs. Sport was cricket. I do. Perfect. Listen, you're not the streamer. You don't have to pronounce the signs. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. See, piazza, I get. This one? This one. There. I'm ready. Teach me. You seen me try to say the players' names? Yes. Yeah, I've seen you try to play. I try to say players' names quite a bit. It's all good, Chooch. All good. But I do hope your exam went well. Hope you feel like you nailed it. Easy. Easy. Just hate sitting down there for so long. Yeah, I get it. You did well. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, sitting there and doing exams drives me wild too. I just the sitting there and everybody is all quiet and just have a celebrity. No. I've been playing 10 years. I'm 15. All right, I gotta get back to the fight. Thank you for showing me, Zeddy. I'll come back and look when it's done. I bet it's gonna be a lot more stuff in here. Judging by the photos, I looked it up when you said what the name of it is. I looked at a bunch of photos and they look like very busy places with lots and lots of books, lots and lots of shelves, lots and lots of stuff going on. But at the same time, like comfy and cozy, if that makes any sense. Like not, it doesn't feel like a classroom at all. They look like they're more like the third teacher. They look like, if you've ever seen like those coffee shop diner places that are like very homey, like they feel like they're like taken right out of like people's homes, not so much like a place to eat or have coffee or whatever, but more like a place to sit and be comfortable and read a book. Those classrooms look like that. There's a girl with a bright orange prom dress, absolutely gorgeous and sparkly. That sounds great. Oh, Skeleton King. Oh, well. Literally got knocked off his high horse. Just immediately sent to the ground. That's about the environment where their curiosity leads to learning. Yeah, that's exactly. It looks like that. Like it looks like a very like I said, busy, but not in an overwhelming way. There's just lots to explore and discover and catch your interest and make you want to go and do. Orange is not a color I would have thought for a dress. Yeah, you know, it all depends on the kind of orange, I guess. Like a neon, like 80s orange, like really bright orange might not work, but like a fiery, vibrant orange, I could see being pulled off quite nicely. Let it burn. I love that emote. So for those of you in here for the first time, might not have ever seen this before, on Autcraft we do Player of the Week, which I have talked about. We reward players for doing well, but at the end of every Player of the Week we do a what we call a wither fight. Obviously there's a lot more here than just withers, though. Over the years it has grown and evolved and become a much bigger community event than just a fight. We have all sorts of custom bosses, custom mobs. We have things that spawn in with extra strength, extra powers. We have cursed admins, which are just like the regular admins, but evil versions, and they are to be defeated. And everything is made in such a way that it forces the community to work together rather than having a PvP type of server where people fight each other. We encourage players to work together and fight off the monsters and save the server together. Definitely not the neon orange. Yeah, I don't think that would go over very well. All right, Kimber, have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your fun in the sun. Your prom experience in the good weather. It's a great way to spend a Saturday, I tell you. These are withers, by the way, for anybody who's wondering. If you're not into Minecraft at all, this is what a wither looks like. A three-headed skeleton-like kind of a mob boss that pummels you with explosives. See, they go boom. What are Player of the Week like back then before what we are seeing today? Very much the same. Player of the Week. Oh, you're watching the stream? Hi. Hello, hero of my world 10. Player of the Week hasn't changed a whole lot over the years. It's been a different days at different times. We've shuffled them around until finally we settled on Saturday at 4, but it used to be on a Sunday, it used to be in a different time on a Saturday. Over the years it has moved a little bit here and there, but eventually it settled on the time that we have it now. But otherwise, other than that, it's very much the same. We do all the same stuff, same announcements, same reward. We've always had, like, if I go warp spawn 1, so this is 2013, the very, very first day of the server 13 years ago. If we walk this way and over here into this building, this was our warp portals, but we didn't have portals, we had buttons then. But if you come over here, we had featured player week of. So even back in 2013, we had a player of the week. It just wasn't held in a special player of the week place. It was literally held right here. We all gathered right here. There was not a lot of us back in the day. So we gathered right here and we did player of the week, and then we'd come in here and put their head on the wall right here. So in 13 years, player of the week is one thing that has stayed very consistent. Oh, you're welcome. Happy to answer. A lot of things on Autcraft has changed over the years. Things have gotten better and improved and stuff. Like our birthday board now updates automatically. We don't have to go and do it ourselves. That's brand new. A new feature this week that we added, which is arguably years overdue. I would love to have had that happening a long, long time ago, but it's happening now, so better late than never. But some things have not changed much at all, and Player of the Week is one of those things. We introduced that very, very early on in the server, and it's been a part of it ever since. Here's our cursed admins, by the way. That's Cursed Autism Father back there, and Cursed Zeddy right here. Ozeron is fighting. They have special abilities like summoning phantoms and hitting people with lightning. Here's our baby admins, we call them. They're baby zombies with admin heads on them. So if you are fortunate enough to kill these little guys and they drop a head, you can get an admin head. This is how you can collect the heads of your favorite admins and killing these guys. But then you can also get the cursed heads as well. So people like to try and collect those. The cursed admins all have unique abilities. There's some more over here. Cursed Fun Mummy has a very fun ability where if I land right now, I can show you. See how slow I'm walking? She also spawns sniffers, but she makes everybody around her super duper slow. It's painful. I can't. I'm moving at the speed of snail. So I like to fly around more, but she does that. Cursed Autism Father does the lightning. Hello, MLX. Is the speed of Sniffer. Yep. What Skylords? I don't even remember. I don't even remember what Skylord's ability is anymore. Were the bosses the exact same back then as well? Such as the Wither Cursed Admins? No. Cursed Admins were added in 2020. We created a whole new Wither fight system in 2020 because the server was the busiest it had or ever will be, because everybody went into lockdown and had nothing to do except be on Autcraft all the time. Look at these little baby, little tiny cursed admins. You know what? That's a really good question though. What did we do for? I don't even remember. Yeah, I don't even have it in my notes. What did we do for gamer? I don't remember. But yeah, so we introduced custom bosses and the first admins in 2020 during the pandemic when everybody was stuck at home and needed something more to do. Before that, we had just wither fights where we just spawned in withers and we spawned in zombies and we spawned in skeletons. And it was pretty straightforward. We just had lots and lots and lots of mobs, all monsters, and people came in and fought them. But in 2020, we stepped that up and introduced command blocks and special commands and special mobs and started having bosses that had extra strength, extra health, and some special features and stuff. So that's a relatively new thing in the last 6 years. Which I know 6 years doesn't sound new, but on a server that's 13 years old. Okay, if you don't remember most of it, is just curious. No, I remember, and I'm explaining. I don't remember what Skylord's special abilities are, though. But yeah, no, 2020 is when we came up with a lot of the special mobs. Before that, we didn't have special stuff. We just had the regular mobs. And it was primarily due to COVID. Oh, we can see that they're all all the cursed admins are activated right now, but I think Skylord's is over here. Yep. Cursed Skylord Gamer. He spawns armadillos. Um, oh, slow falling. So if you're around cursed Skylord Gamertag, you get slow falling. And then he also spawns armadillos. Which is right here. But one thing about the cursed admins that you should know is in 2020 we had different admins than we do now. So we had different admins and therefore different cursed admins, and those different cursed admins had different abilities and a different look. And as those admins stopped playing and stepped down and went about doing whatever it is they're doing now, stopped being on the server, we removed those cursed admins and replaced them with cursed admins of the admins that we have now. So over time, these do change as well. So we'll have different cursed admins depending on who our current admins are. Which keeps things fresh and new, I think. Keeps things different. When we add another new admin in the future, we'll have another new cursed admin. And each of the admins get to pick and choose what their special things will be. So they get to choose what they hold in their hand. They get to choose what they spawn around them. Like Zeddy wanted phantoms. Fun Mummy wanted sniffers. But then also what their ability will be, what it is they're going to make players do. So I chose lightning for mine. Mini dragons, right. Mini dragons. There's one now. But then, yeah, each of them does something a little bit different. So Fun Mummy wanted everybody to slow right down. Sky wanted everybody to have slow falling. Stuff like that. Here is Cursed Soulfire. Cursed Soulfire, fun fact, by the way. See all this? See the particles? They get to choose the particles too. Cursed Soulfire is the only one that is a skeleton. Thank you, Chooch, for the 6 and 7 biddies. Cursed Soulfire is a skeleton using a bow. Because a husk apparently cannot use a bow. I believe Soulfire also gives you jump boost. But you get the jump boost and she uses the bow. All the other cursed admins are a husk. So they use the husk mob with special head, and they will hit you with a sword or an axe or whatever. But Soulfire is the skeleton. I is back. Welcome back, Chooch. Thank you for the bits to enlarge that emote. Look at it. It's glorious. That's a glorious emote. Oh, and there it goes. Somebody picked up the head. I heard somebody pick it up. And when all is said and done and all of our terrible monsters are gone, the balloons appear. V, welcome in. You're raiding me before I get to raid you? Is that what's happening? Is that what we're doing now? W raid. Thank you, V. Thank you. How was your stream? Hello, everybody. Hello, Raiders. Hey, Chubba, welcome in. Musharon, welcome in. Thank you so much. V, you're on your server doing the chaos as usual, getting attacked for every sub you get and every raid you get and everything. I couldn't do that. That would drive me nuts. We just finished up our big wither fight. Our big community boss fight with custom bosses and custom mobs and all that sort of stuff. It's all done. So now we've got balloons, which is the peaceful mobs. Everybody gets to kill the peaceful mobs now. I'm eating sardines as a snack. I love sardines. I will eat a lot of sardines. Oh, there's LaChooch on the server now. How was it though? Besides chaotic, he had a good stream. Hope all went well. We were doing our Player of the Week stream where we announce our good players, are good human beings who are very good to other people. Today, Baby Monster got it because they are not just doing well and being helpful and stuff, but they're doing well and helping people in private, in quiet, in solitude, where they think nobody will even ever know. But we know, and we appreciate that, because being good and hoping somebody will see it and think you're a good person is one thing, but being good and knowing that nobody will probably ever even know, that's a whole other level of kindness, and we appreciate it. It was good. I was making progress on the manor slowly but surely, although I started new beans today. Oh my. Oh. That makes streaming awkward. If you have to raid and run, I understand. Making spaghetti. Oh, I want spaghetti. See you later, Captain J. Thank you for coming in today. Appreciate it. No, but seriously, if you need to go, you just, I understand, by all means. That's hilarious. Chooch. Oh my god, twice? Chooch? Chooch. The 6-7 bits is wild. The 6,000, 7,000 bits is insane. Thank you so much. Thank you. 6,000 and 7,000 is wild. Thank you so much. Your custom trees are definitely something. Now that I'm back on my PC, yeah, don't. I know you have bits in stockpile anyway. But you definitely don't want to be purchasing that stuff on mobile. For anybody watching, anybody who needs to know these things, buy bits and subscriptions on a PC, not on your mobile device, because the mobile device will charge extra so that iPhone and Google and whatever service you're using takes their cut. So instead of taking a cut, they will add on their fee on top. So you'll end up paying more. So to avoid paying more for a subscription or for bits, use your PC. Do not use your phone. Exactly, Chooch. Hello, hello. They're my first ones at this scale. It's amazing. You're doing fantastic. Hold on, I gotta get the look from the outside. Yep. Yeah, those are fantastic. Anyone need a cursed autism father? Are you okay with seeing my weekly updates I show you? Yeah, of course. Absolutely. I love seeing your updates. Your base is incredible. Well done. Well done. think I jinxed it. We started off the stream and I mentioned to Stephanie that we had hit 2,450 followers and I've lost two. I just looked over and noticed I'm at 2848. I guess two people were like, nah, you can't be at 50. Love that. Padre put me to sleep. Kids woke me up starving. I forgot to take meat out. Oh, um, wait, you're making spaghetti and you forgot to take meat out? Is that what you're telling me? Like you're just getting to that point and you realize that you have no meat for the spaghetti sauce? Is that where you're at? Because if that's true, then I agree with Kahoov. Pizza. Pizza's the answer. These things are huge, by the way. And look at it compared to these trees. Bam! Subscribe for 4 months. Thank you, thank you. Lots of studying. Yeah, they're slow at the moment because of exams. Yep. Chooch can relate to that. We had pizza last night. Oh, that's a late hype train. Scout cheered 100 bits. Thank you. Thank you, Scout. Thank you, Bam. And of course, Chooch with the insane 6,000, 7,000 bits. Let's all have pizza. I have pizza today. It's pizza of the week for me, so I have pizza today. But if you just had pizza last night and you don't have leftovers, do you have leftovers? Oh my gosh, Chooch. Thank you, Chooch. Still making spaghetti, just a little longer to cook. Are you just not going to make it with meat? Or are you going to wait until... I know. That's why I said if. I know that is unlikely, but I thought, throw it out there just in case. Change my window? Hmm. Harder to tell on this side. Like the different color. Looks good. Good though. I mean, you don't have to have hamburger or anything in your spaghetti sauce. It's just better with it. But you can get away without having that stuff. It doesn't always have to be meaty sauce for spaghetti, right? Just tell them you intentionally are making it runnier. Just cook it from frozen. I buy it in bulk. Vacuum seal. Yeah. If you put it on low heat, to begin with, until it all breaks apart and falls apart and gets all that icy moisture out of it, then you can crank the heat up and cook it. It should be fine. You could also try like defrosting in the microwave, but you have to put that on low, and that will take forever. That'll take a long time. It'll still be faster than just leaving it on the counter, but it'll take forever. But yeah, you absolutely can cook it from frozen. It's just gonna take a while, but just make sure you don't overdo it. I know a lot of people crank up the heat thinking like, you know, it'll melt faster, it'll thaw faster, so you can cook it faster, but you end up with a very cooked outside and a very cold inside. Yeah, I'm not falling for that. I know there's no creeper up here. Look where I am. Boom. Oh wow, you did the oof sound at the exact same time that Hero landed. I thought that Hero made that sound. Rankles is also leaving. Everybody's leaving. There's another online. I have 2.3k channel points. You're well on your way. You'll get to 50,000 in no time and name an animal. By the way, oh, still waiting Padre to name one. Why? I had to name one for you. I love this song, by the way. Hoove, look. Hello, Crumble. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, Kahoov, we've got him. And then on this side of the wall, we have polar bears. On this side of the wall, we have these guys. He sat right up. Still waiting on a duck. Yeah. So in the next update, we'll have chicks, little baby chickens, and they are closely kind of resembling a duck. So we could probably do one of those. Thumbs up. I see it. Yep, baby chicks. Instead of so in the next update, they're changing it so that instead of just having babies being smaller versions of the adults, like they're literally just adults but smaller. The next update, they're changing every single one of them so that the babies are actual babies. So chickens will be chicks, pigs will be piglets, cows will be calves, and they'll actually look at different. Is it possible for you to make a money to emerald sign for my base for quick access? Congrats on the level 6 emotes. Thank you for the hype train, guys. That was great. Look, that's a funny one. In their bag is what it's called. Interesting. Thank you, Scout. Thank you, Bam, resubscribing. And of course, thank you, Chooch, for all the bits. Lots and lots of bits. Getting the hype train going. So Kahoov, we owe you a fox, don't we? We decided we weren't naming anything, and how do admins lose admin rank? Don't really. But Kahoov, I get a red fox named after me. Yeah, you get one in Kahoov, right? So, just Jack, do you want your name like this, or do you want the one, or do you want underscore, or just which variation of your name would you like? Underscore, like that, because that's your name, right? And then Kahoov, you want a red fox as well? What if I can't name them? Won't let me. Where did it go? Sleeping. You want a red one as well? Tree's still here. That emotes you so well in their bag. Kinda. I can't name him because he's in the tree. Where's the other one? Also sleeping. They sleep in the berry bushes. Um, Am I planning on streaming later today? No. I can pick the berries. I can't name the fox because it's in the berries. I need you to wake up and get out. All right. Well, we're going to. Why is this gonna be so difficult? Kahoo. Thank you for the bits to gigantify that. Interesting. Need some more pragmata. Yeah, I really got to stream. I've like low key. I've been chomping at the bit to get back into that. I'm so eager to play some more of that. I don't know why I can't. It won't let me name them. I am very much eager to play more of that. I love that game so much, and I've been sitting here thinking I could just load it up and play some, right? But I know those of you who actually were there and watched some of it on stream would be not amused if you missed a whole bunch, because it is a very compelling story and we're learning a lot about what happened up there. So I don't want anybody to miss out on any of it. So I will stream some more this weekend. But it won't be tonight, unfortunately, because I need to pick up my son from work. And that would cut right in the middle of our stream. I think it just named him. Yep, it did. I see his name. See his name? It's in the leaves, but it's there. All right. I'm off. All right. See you, Zeddy. Can't. I can't. He's in the block. You see the black outline? He's inside that black outline completely. I gotta wait for him to wake up. Come on, wake up. Wake up. And you just move and get out of there. Nocturnal foxes. By the way, yesterday, I didn't even tell anybody about this. Yesterday, I picked up my son from. I don't think I can because it's inside the plant. I can't interact with the fox at all. Like it's in this. I can't. Anyway, yeah, I was thought about breaking the plant, but I don't want to. Is it weird that like I feel like I'd be interrupting a digital fox? I don't want to break the plant. I'm gonna go get fly before netherite. Sounds good. Yeah, you do that. Have you tried pushing them out? Yeah. Um. So anyway. Last night I go to pick up my son all the way to the other side of town. He works at McDonald's. He was at the Walmart location, so it was on like the outskirts of town because Walmart is huge, and so they built it out of the city. So I go all the way out of the city to Walmart, pick up my son from McDonald's, and we're driving back down the main road, and all of a sudden a fox runs out into the road staring at my car, and it wasn't stopping, so I did, and it stopped like short of the car, like um like I wasn't anywhere close to it, but it stopped short of like where the car would be going down the road, and sort of sat there and looked at us. So then I just drove on ahead and it went back off to the side of the road, and then here we go. Kahoove, there you go. The sun setting, so it woke up. So yeah, so we actually saw like an actual fox going across the road heading off towards the mall. We were like, well, I guess the fox has some shopping to do. He's gonna go get some groceries. There's our Kahoove. The Arctic fox did it. Yeah, it went over and woke up. Oh, and then here's the other one. The sun's setting. It's, I know it looked like the snow fox pushed him, but it's actually time for these guys to be waking up now. Hi. And there's our Just Jacked. There we go. We got two more named. Fun Mummy, if you got your list, we have two more named. Hey, Autism Father, do you have time to see my undergrad? Sure. So thank you guys for being around, and thank you for redeeming Kahoov and Just Jacked. This one over here is Just Jacked. You can kind of see it. Oh, there we go. Oh, he went and got himself some berries. Hi. Those look yummy. pH spawn Dragon Slayer. This is the head that gives you night vision. There you go. Your underground base is looking kind of empty. A little empty. Nice. It's a good start. So those named animals, by the way, for anybody who doesn't know, as I was showing earlier in the stream, all of our old spawns, all of our old stuff, dating all the way back to the first time Autcraft started in 2013, is still here. Which means that these named animals at this spawn that you guys can redeem by watching the stream will be here for as long as Autcraft exists, which, I mean, so far it's 13 years. It has a long life ahead of it. So it's entirely possible that players that continue to come here for the next 13 years will come back to this spawn and visit, and they'll see the farm and they'll see your named animals. They'll be there forever and ever. You'll be a part of history, and quite literally history, because Autcraft is in the Minecraft World of Minecraft book, which is an incredible book. It's like a coffee table book, so it's really big, really thick. It has like those top quality pages that feel like they're more of a slab than a piece of paper. That was one of my better Halloween skins. And we're in there. We have a chapter in there, so it's a part of history. So having your animal named at spawn is quite literally part of Minecraft history now. It'll be there forever. And I figure that's probably the least I could do for you guys coming and hanging out with me all this time, all these streams that I'm doing and playing all these silly games, having rubber duckies on the stream for a while, all that kind of stuff. You guys are here and I appreciate it so much. So I figure if you're going to put in that much time to get that many points to be able to do that, then you deserve to have an animal that's going to like immortalize your time here. I'm really tired and overstimulated, so I'll sit and vibe. Yeah, it's a good idea. What specs do your computer have? If you do exclamation mark PC in the chat, exclamation mark PC. Corgi. There you go. Thank you, fam. That's my PC. Oh. Hello, Corgi. Welcome in. Are you at work today? I thought you said you're going to work today. 70 plus hours this week alone? Yeah. That's way too many hours. Got some good PC specs? Yeah. Took me a long time, I bet. This player joined less than a week ago, I think. And look at what they've built. And this is not in creative mode, by the way. They resourced all the materials. They spent the time gathering, and yeah, they built full plane. 110 this week if you count my 7 in a row. Corgi, that's insane. You rated out of 10? 10. This looks like a plane to me. It doesn't look like a Minecraft build to me. So, I mean, it's a 10. It looks like an actual plane. The paycheck will be nice. Yeah. Yeah, you just won't have any time to do anything with the paycheck. You just go back to work and work another 110 hours. But no, that's amazing. Just don't burn yourself out, Corgi. I know like you're not always constantly doing stuff. Sometimes you get some downtime, get to read and stuff, but that's a lot of time to be putting into work. And if anybody can relate to that, it's me. You have to make sure that you're not overdoing it, getting to a point where you end up hating it and resent ever going based on Airbus. Did you go inside? I don't see any way to do that. But it looks like it's hollow inside. Oop. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any way in, but there's definitely a whole inside area going on. Say to chat. Andy says hi. You can just say hi to chat. I don't need to say hi for you, do I? We could do gun game here. Yeah, we could. We could do the Fortnite gun game with this. This is a better plane than anything in the airport gun game. Chatcraft is low quality third party app. True. Bro, why is everyone's tab messed up on Chatcraft? Yeah, Chatcraft is not ideal. Good night. Oh, Pup Fidget joined the game. You want to come and see the plane for yourself, Pup Fidget? You could TP to me. Let me take that off. Oh, they walked away too quick. Okay, they got a screenshot. I can't access Minecraft in. That's why I said. But you were just. Oh, yo, you can't be on right now. I get it. I was gonna say you were just on, but no, I get it. But I'm still not gonna say hi for you because that gets awkward. But you can say hi next time you're on. 10 times better. This is so cool. Yeah, it's way better than the planes in that game. Very, very cool. Love it. Apparently, there's a convention happening at Spawn. Everybody's here. So again, we have a lot more people here than when I started my stream. When I started my stream, I showed a few new things that are new. I'm going to show you guys now. For everybody who's in the stream and wasn't here at the very beginning, I'm going to show you a couple things that are new. It doesn't really impact you a whole lot, but it's good to know. First and foremost, we have updated the birthday plugin. So now it updates these signs itself. So every night at midnight when the server restarts, these signs get updated. So April 26th will get pushed over and then it'll be here. And then all these signs will be updated. So the birthdays that show up on these signs will be handled automatically from now on. I know it was my job and I haven't been able to get on every single night to keep moving it. So the admins that do get on have been trying to keep up with it. And It's not their job, but they did their best and they don't often think about it. So anyway, these signs often fell behind, and I felt bad about that because people would come here to see their name on the sign and it wasn't there. So I took some time to update the plugin, and now it takes care of itself. So anytime you go there, that should be updated and ready to go. So here we have, if you come in here, like, we don't have shops at this spawn. So we have this, you press the button. But if you come through here, we do have a new section added to this. Follow the path to learn how to make your own shops. If you come over here now, there is a entire diorama instructional kind of little path to follow. It will explain to you how you can make your own shops, complete with mannequins holding sticks and descriptions and icons and everything. So you can see, to access your shop's settings, shift and right click on the shopkeeper, and you get like an indication of how to use the shops once you're in there. So all that stuff is here now. So if somebody asks you how to make a shop and you want to explain it to them, by all means, please feel free. But if you don't have the time, or you're not sure yourself exactly how stuff works, this is now here at spawn, ready for everybody to be able to come and use and see and learn from anytime. Uses our new text displays, item displays, mannequins, all that stuff, and makes for a pretty good looking display, if you ask me. Do we get a happy hour? How many people are playing paintball right now? I don't remember how to do it anymore. It's been a while. BB, admin, happy. There you go. I'm going to go get a very happy baby monster to bed. Good night. Oop. What's that? What's what? I'm glad he's happy. I'm glad our new player of the week gets to go to sleep feeling good about themselves. I can't play any of the mini games to my screen reader. That's rough, but understandable. That's okay. Um, gotcha. The other new thing, which I'm hesitant to show, think of this as more of a sneak peek. Yes, it technically is on the server, and yes, you technically can use it. It's just not very easy to use right now. So think of this as something that's going to get easier and be available to everybody very, very soon. But I'm making text displays have variables in them. So if you want to show your playtime at your base, not just at spawn, but at your base, or you want to show how many jumps you've made, or how much you walked, or how many mobs you've killed, or how many times you've quit the game, basically anything in this statistics thing right here, games quit, fish caught, all that sort of stuff, will now be available to be in your text displays. So if I do list and I look at the playtime, you can see that it is now playtime percentage sign statistic underscore time underscore played percentage sign. And then it changes that crazy bit of jargon into an actual information set. So I'm going to make this easier to use. Right now, it's a little bit difficult. This is how it is done by default. It's not how I had it set. I just used what they had. but I'm going to make it easier for players to use, and then players will be able to do all of this stuff at their base. And it shows your stats, not other people's stats. So if somebody comes to my house right now and walks up and sees this, they will see my playtime, not theirs. So it'll be set to you. Whereas at spawn, anybody who comes here and looks at this, you see your own stats. So if you pup fidget look at this, it'll say pup fidget playtime and it'll show you your playtime. But what you'll be able to put at your house will be your own stats that other people can see your stats with, not theirs. That makes sense? I'm not very good at explaining it, but it's different. They put it that way. It's different. You got 23 days. So yeah, you'll be able to put it at your base. You'll be able to put any of your stats in any spots. So if you want to have like a whole room that shows your stats, so you don't have to go here, you could do that. The distance by horse, distance by pig, interactions with a campfire, all this stuff in here, including crafting and mobs, build 97 bats, all that stuff. You will be able to put as a text display at your base very soon, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it, but it's going to take a little bit of time because there's a lot of statistics to go through, and I got to make them easier to use than what they are right now. I'm gonna go. I don't know if that means entirely or just from paintball. Yeah, so that's a new feature that's coming. Again, it is in the code right now, technically. So as you can see, it shows my playtime. It does work. It's just not very easy to use because nobody knows what any of those things are. But it's coming. So that's another new feature that's coming. We got lots of stuff going on. The shop display over there, the birthday boards are updating automatically. We got variables now available for text displays, and there's going to be even more. On top of that, next week is the start of Shiny Month, and all the heads from all the mobs will drop more frequently, including the shiny heads. So anybody who needs a Wither Miner, it's a good time to get those because that's really difficult to get. But also, we will be adding brand new shinies that have never been available before. There are entirely new shinies coming to the server starting May 1st, and we will add even more shinies after that. So all the way through May, there will be brand new shiny mob heads to discover. And so if you want to be one to discover a brand new one and you don't discover one right away, just keep on trying out throughout the month because there'll be new added all the time. We love our shinies. So I'm looking forward to that. I have all new stuff to add. I had to actually update the code for the plugin to make it work because some of the stuff that will be added was not in there and would not work without updating the code. So you know that some stuff that's coming is brand new. There we go. So Chooch has got it going over at his base, so you can see how many phantoms he has slayed. You need to kill 30 more for a perfect number. 30 more phantoms and you got yourself. But you see the playtime, phantom slayed, right here on the wall. Nice little attached. Stovid, welcome in. Somebody really doesn't like, right? 3,300 phantoms is wild. It's a lot of phantoms. You know how you can change the width of text displays? Is there a way to do it with mannequin descriptions? That's a really good question. I will have to look into that. I don't think so, Pup Fidget. Just going by the top of my head, but I will know for sure after I check code. So let me look into that and I'll find out. Welcome in, Stove, and welcome in, Biff. Is there a list somewhere of all the stats? So, Biff, that's the problem. There isn't, and I need to make that because it is really, really difficult to use right now because there's so many variables that make no sense. So, coming in the future, when I make it available for everybody to use, it will be much, much easier. I will make the stats available and easy to use. Hello, Callie. Welcome in. Are there duckies? No, unfortunately. Just this one. This is the only ducky we have. We do have chickens, though, but no duckies. Yeah, a wild chooch side-eyed duck. It is very cute. Very sus. Look, Bob's killed. There, he just added one. 92,000 mobs killed. How long have you been playing on the server? How have you killed that many mobs already? It's ridiculous. Like 4 weeks, you've killed 92,000 mobs. Speaking of which, if you want to see me, there's me and Chooch. Stovin. Actually, Stovin. That's a real person. Yeah, that's Chooch. This is a mannequin over here. It's a statue. But this is Chooch. Chooch, we gotta show Stovin your base. You can see fireworks over here. We got item displays. We got mannequins. That's a mannequin. But this is Chooch's base. And to get a proper look at this, we're gonna have to fly. Sunset is the perfect time. Take my hand away. Chooch has built all of this in 4 weeks in survival mode. Got a new place started over here. Hermit Crafter, absolutely. He'd give the Hermit Crafters a run for their money. And on top of that, he's also like got farms set up. We got turtle farm over here. We got iron farm over here. I believe this is bamboo farm over here. So his base is functional as well as amazing to look at. Yep, 4 weeks, 4 days. Is that what it said? 4 weeks and 4 days or something like that. Not only that, but he's also been helping other people build their bases. He's been working on a new chat mod for the staff and players to use. Just so much stuff. And on top of that, doing exams and doing schoolwork at the same time, doing all this stuff. So yeah, Chooch is an absolute legend. Just so much amazing stuff. And again, all of it in survival mode. This is built in survival. Got custom trees back there. Yeah. Four weeks, 4 days is how long Chooch has been on Autcraft. Oh, Vex. Vex killed. That seems intentional to me. That's there. Yeah. Okay. 6, 7 bits. I feel like that was a trap. You barely get out of bed in the morning. I don't know how you do it, Chooch. Right? Like he's literally just got home from doing an exam. Bad number. It is La Trap. Well done. So here's Stovin. Stovin, I'll show you some of the stuff I've been working on. I guess I can show you here. So I'm an admin. I can do whatever I want. So, How many times you die to fall damage? That's a good question. I bet you that's in the stats too. No, it'll just be deaths. It won't be death from fall damage. So Stoven, I wanted to show you in Minecraft in the latest editions, they've kind of done away with here, for example, you have an item frame and you want to show a spear, you can put a spear in an item frame, right? You put that in your storage room. But the problem is that you need another one and for your like axes and blah blah blah. So you get a lot of these, and these things cause lag. And if you're not using those, then you're using sign uh, words, right? That's how it's been done for like years and years and years and years and years, trying to label everything at your base. And all of these things cause a lot of lag. So you can imagine 20,000 players, right now, just 36, because we just finished our event. Um, but all these players being on, all with their mega storage rooms, it adds up quite a bit. So what I did was I took a brand new feature that they've just added to the game and I made it accessible to everybody. So now you can do item display. We're going to create an item display of a diamond block, for example. Or no, let's make a sword. And I'm going to put it where I am. And presto, we've got our item display. This thing doesn't actually technically exist. We can see it, but as far as the server is aware, it's not even there. It's literally a hologram. I can go right through it. I could do whatever. And so in order to use it, I've made it so that we can do attach. So now it'll orient itself and put itself on the wall. So now it's so much better than an item frame because it's attached to this thing and it is a 0 tick entity. I can also scale it down. I can move it to wherever I want. So I can put in these coordinates and it'll move it to where those coordinates are. I can also do rotation to it, so I can center it. So now it's just going to rotate and spin wherever. And ID remove and get rid of it. Display entities are great. Yeah. So we'll do another one where I am just so it's easier to see. But if I do rotation center now, so I can move up and around and over and it constantly turns to face me. ID scale 2. So players can do these in their bases. Anywhere that they are added to a protection, they can create these and use these for their storage rooms or display centers or whatever they want. They can put these wherever they want. And it's super easy to use. ID, create, and then they got a list. You can show the block wall through walls at my base. Yeah, we could do that. And then damage taken. And then text displays. So same thing, text display. Instead of using a sign, you could do create, and we'll create one right where I am with nothing in it, and it says example. So now I can do text display, edit, and it auto completes, but I can have it say, we'll do it in gold. You are awesome. There we go. So now, again, this turns and spins and does whatever, no matter where I am. But if I want to have it on against the wall, like Chooch has it, I can just do TD, attach, poof, now it's against the wall. And it sits flat, and you can see it from wherever. And now it's just a display on the wall. And again, TD, scale 2, now it's twice the size. So all these things, Stoven, are 0 tick. They provide 0 lag, so your FPS doesn't drop, the server tick rate doesn't drop. All this stuff just exists right there on the, like, as a hologram. It's technically visible, but technically not there. And we've had people replace all their item frames and signs and stuff at their storage room, and they went from 40 FPS to 120 FPS as a result. And I could just remove it just like that. It is super duper handy. And then we went one step further. Where is it? Over here. We gave players the ability to add mannequins as well. So instead of having an armor stand with some armor on it, you can just do mannequin, create where I'm standing, and presto, we've got a mannequin. And it looks like a player, it acts like a player, it moves its arms like a player, but it's not a player. And you can do mannequin, profile, dinner bone. Look, dinner bone is at Chooch's base. So if you want to have players at your base without actually having players at your base, mannequins. Did you see River's question? I did not. Was it in game? Can you please sub to my channel? What was River's question? Pup Fidget, if you're still listening, I will be there in a moment. What was River's question? I don't see it in the game or in the stream chat. Do you know why when you attack to a barrel, they get flipped? Oh, I don't know. So mannequin, we could do different poses. So again, add some more life to your base with that. Showing backwards on barrels, huh? Sorry, Chooch, I'm doing lots of stuff at your base. So let's see. We got a chest. Barrel. I just want to see for myself. So obviously there's like 1,000,001 times a million different options that you could be putting all of these things, and so I can't check them all or account for them all, so some things happen that I am not aware of. So let's do a block, a barrel. ID create diamond sword. There we go. So let's see. So if we attach this to a wall, is there a way to check if a head is legacy or not? So on the wall, that's pretty good. By the way, Verdux, if you're still there, I would be happy to share this with you and your server when I'm 100% certain it's done, when I'm comfortable with it. I just have to make sure that it's 100%. But anyway, the math, this is all done with vertexes, vectors, vertexes, radiuses, axes. It's done with like insane geometry, and I have it literally, you just type ID attach and it does all that math for you. I do not want to tell you the code that went into. Oh my god, my head was so messed up for days after. Okay, so that looks okay too. So if I put it on a barrel now, it looks the same to me. All three did the same. But this side, it turns that way. Okay, I see what you mean. I don't know. It sort of decides that on its own. And then this side, it goes that way. Seems to do it on anything, Biff. River, it's flipping the other way on a chest as well, depending on the side you place it on. Yeah, it's going the opposite way even on a stone block. On this side, it goes that way. On this side, it goes that way. Yeah, it's a north-south thing. So, north and south, it points up left. Up left. And then east and west, it points up right. Whether it's a chest or a block or anything. You put so much time in this mod? I have. It's been, I don't even know now. Probably like over a month. Yeah, I started on these and got them working at their basic level for April 2nd. April 2nd is when we release these for players to use. So I've been working on it for a couple weeks prior to that, and I've been working on it ever since to make it do fancy stuff like attaching to walls. Item frames do not have the same issue, no. No, item frames won't have the same issue. Of course, you can turn it. So yeah, it's a north, south, east, west thing. And again, it's like the code, my code literally just tells it to attach to the thing. It doesn't tell it which way to face. So it's doing that entirely on its own. It's something to do with the game. The game is doing that. Could it be coded around? I think so. I'm pretty sure I could get it to flip and face the other way, depending on. There is a gap. Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's because this is going to be hard to explain too. Item displays and text displays are just 2 out of the 3. There is a third one that I have not written a plugin for yet called a block display. And a block display is what you would use to display a block. This is an item, so it doesn't take up the space that a block does. So it's going to have a gap because it's not technically a block, even though it's block. The block displays will fit the space better. I just haven't made that yet. We did a popcorn party after state testing on Friday and watched Dog Man. Nice. I love that. I bet your oh my god, players. I got players in the brain. I bet your students love that. That's awesome. I think it might be because one side is defined as position XYZ and negative XYZ. Very well could be wrong though. I think it's just a game thing. Did you know in Minecraft still to this day the order that trees will grow is still a north, south, east, west thing. It's still like the code that goes through and checks to see whether or not trees should grow starts on one side before going to the other sides, and I think it starts on the north side or could be the west. But it's still very much a north, south versus east, west thing. So there's still a lot of things in the game that use the direction to base things on, and yeah, it's looking like the direction that the item display leans is based on that. But Biff, to answer your question, I'm pretty sure I can. I can check to see if it's an east or west thing, and if it is, flip it the other way. But yeah, V, I'm going to it's little things like that. If I can get that worked out, I'm going to add in some more features to make sure that things go the way they're supposed to. Be right back. Got to call my mom. Sounds good, Stoven. So V, I'm going to fine tune stuff like that. We've dealt with stuff like that. Yeah, it's north, south, east, west thing. So I'm going to keep on polishing the plugins and get them so that you don't have to come back to me and go, hey, this thing is not doing what it's supposed to do. Then I'd be happy to share it with you, and you guys on your server can use it. I also have to add in some extra features and stuff because I'm guessing you don't have protections on your server like we do with WorldGuard, like RG Info, Luchucha's place. The plugin plugs into WorldGuard and makes it so that only these 4 people in this area can place any of these used lands. Okay. So I'll have to see if I can integrate into that, because my fear with these plugins is that if it's open to everybody everywhere, then they're just going to start placing text displays at spawn and in the middle of the world somewhere. So the way I have it coded right now using WorldGuard is you can only put it in a place that you are on the protection. That keeps the explorable world clean, and spawn and stuff like that. If it's OS, I'll just tell Diamond to go fix it. Yes, please. I don't. I would imagine that if they could fix the east west north south thing, they would have by now. But I think it's a hard coded deep part of the game. Data displays don't work with the an item frame. Try to put it on a wall. I am not entirely sure what you mean by that. Who needs help with World Guard? I'm addicted to it. In the survival server, why can't we use World Edit? Because that's cheating. I don't know why, but whenever I hear World Guard, I'm always interested. It is a very good plugin. Maddie did a fantastic job with World Guard, and Autcraft wouldn't be here without it, I don't think. Back in the day, 2013, that was like the only way to protect stuff, and we've been using it ever since. But yeah, so that's just some of the stuff that's exclusive to Autcraft. Got skeleton head, creeper head. They turn and look at you wherever you go. Do you allow light Matica? We do not. Only for the reason that when we did allow it, people used it to X-ray. So if you light Matica that entire building, for example, and then you go down to the bottom of the world and you put like the outline, you put the blueprints into place as if you're going to build it, it will make all the blocks transparent, and then you could see through everything. And people were using it as a means to X-ray. They weren't actually using it to build with. And unfortunately, because too many people tried to do that, we had to say no more. Yeah, if people just used it just so they can actually build faster, I would be happy to. If if they go and build something in creative and they want to light Matica it into survival and build everything exactly as they had it, it's a great plugin for that. The problem is not everybody used it for that. Would there be a way that we can use world edit and map art? No, unfortunately. The problem is the map art world is part of the main server and giving access. So like imagine here. Warp worlds. I know I'm an admin, but let's say map art. So you see my inventory. I've got a spear, a couple name tags and stuff. You go into the map art world, you have the same inventory, right? So having the same inventory, if we gave you world edit in this world and you went and took your entire map art plot and did this and expanded it and set it to netherite block, netherite block, and then you take all that back to your base, now you've got all the netherite in the world. You won't even need to X-ray. You could just come to your map art plot and get all the resources you could ever need and take it back home. So unfortunately, we can't give people creative or world edit in the map art world to do your map arts. I know it would make things easier. It would be infinitely easier to do all this if you had creative mode or world edit, but it'd also be really, really easy to cheat with. Did you run a quick what version people are on for me? Yeah. Oh, everybody's on the newest versions. Yeah, creative mode is the worst. And it's primarily because of the saved hotbars, but even just in general, just being able to take stuff from a creative area back to your base and survival is very, very cheaty, and it's nearly impossible to prevent. Also, possibility of accidentally or purposely cutting someone else's plot. Right, exactly. Like, you might only be able to use it in your area, but there's nothing saying that you can't just do that, and now you're wiping out other people's stuff. Right? So it's a dangerous, dangerous thing, and you might be careful, but will all the 6-year-old players who don't really know what they're doing or just type in stuff just to try it, will they be as careful as you? Probably not. So unfortunately, map art world has to be in survival mode just like all the other worlds, and you have to use your materials just like you always do. And it just is what it is. I wish that we could have it be different. The problem is if we put it on like a creative server, then you wouldn't have the map because maps are server specific. You can't bring a map from one server to another. So if we gave you another server entirely to have creative mode on to do these, then you would never have it at your base because your base is on a different server. That's you? That's not you. After your exam, maybe. New developments, new mushroom stations, item displays, shulker box. Farm ideas welcome, self-updating map. Interesting. Yeah, so that's why there's no creative mode or world edit at the map art world. But anyway, V, I'll be happy to do some more work on this and get it ideal for not just Autcraft, but for you as well. Like this is a good example. These are item displays and text displays, and we made up a whole diorama area on how to set up a shop at their own base. So you can set up a shop for selling stuff or for trading stuff. How do I choose? You just use the stick. We got mannequins, text displays. We got item displays over here. And it's a whole thing explaining exactly how to do it. And it's all using the new plugins that I made. So yeah, let me finish polishing things up to make sure that everything is 100%. We don't have items flipping when it's east to west, stuff like that, and then I'll be happy to share it with you. And then you can do this stuff too. Everyone love it? Let me know. Sounds good. That's the thing. Like I know servers have this stuff. Servers will place these things at their spawn and it'll look great, but servers don't typically put this power into the hand of their players. And I think it's the players that should be able to do this stuff at their base and help to reduce the lag on the server. Getting back to the Lightmatica thing, would it be acceptable only to use it to copy the schematic of a base to build in an offline world only and not use it on Autcraft? The problem is like, how do we enforce that? How do we know that that's all you're going to do with it? Like, if you bring Lightmatica onto the server and you're like, I'm only going to copy my base, but next thing you know, you're in the resource world and we can't tell if you're using it or not. Like, it's all well and good to say yes, you can come on and do that, but then we have to say yes to everybody, and everybody's going to come on and they're going to be X-raying with it. So as V says, everyone suffers together in limitations. Like because some people abused it, because some people took advantage and used it to X-ray with it, um, it just became a solid no across the board because unfortunately we just can't trust that people are going to use it just for building. Hello, Stats. Welcome in. Welcome in. We're on Autcraft today. We're showing off some of our new text displays and stuff. So here's a good example. So this we want people to be able to see from all angles, right? So this kind of spins, even if you're above it, you know, kind of stacks up, but you can still read it. So I made a new attach feature, and I want to show you this because this is very important. If the words spun around here, they would go into the wall and they'd be impossible to read. But I made it so you can attach them to the wall and you can position them exactly how you want it to be. So in this info center, you get all the information you want on like how to teleport to people, how to have people teleport to you. All this sort of stuff is right here, and then you attach it to the wall and you can see at a glance everything without having to have signs and whatever. Part of my new edition is How can bad actors abuse this? Yeah, that's as a server owner, you have to constantly think everything that you add or do or change. How can people abuse it? Time to add another project to my to-do list, Lightmatica, but can only save. Yeah, if you could do that, that would be great. Um, but like getting rid of signs, getting rid of item frames, and all that sort of stuff. Like if you wanted to be able to show players like information like this, the text displays are a great way to do it. So like AFK here, so I did a TD list, and it defaults to like 100. That's the radius. So if I just do like a radius of 5, then it gives me everything within 5 blocks. So if I want to edit like the AFK heading here, then I can just click on it, and now it lights up. So now I can do TD edit, and that's right. So it's very easy to use. AFK stands for. So if I do that, then you can see it gets a little bit brighter. So now I'm editing that. I think if we had world edit, we would be able to do our own mod recs. No, no. You need a lot more than just world edit to do a mod rec. If there were a version of Lightmatica that could only display in air blocks, that would be acceptable. If it didn't make stuff transparent, see through, stuff like that, then yes. Use them a bunch of places and spawn, but I manually move them pixel by pixel until it lines up. Yeah. So this is um, TD create where I am new instructions. There. Now we have this floating in the world. I could just look. I want it to be right here. Right. But let's say that looks good, but it's actually not entirely centered because text displays, for whatever reason, they use the bottom part of it. So the bottom part of it is perfectly centered through the thing. So now I can do TD move and it auto completes. So now if I move it down 0.25, it's down there. So now the top line is in the middle. So we can actually do 37. So yeah, super duper, very easy, very handy. TD edit, make it aqua. And again, any player on the server can do these at their own base. Very simple, very easy to use. It does all the math for you. It figures out which side of the block you're trying to attach it to. It does the math to try and get it to be right up against the wall. And you can see it from virtually anywhere. Just looked and it looks very possible. You can download the source code. Right, but if they update it and add new features and stuff, then we have to download the source code and get the updated stuff and add in our stuff all over again, right? You can make an item frame with the item display and attach it to a wall. You see the bug trying to say make an item frame with the item display and attach it to the wall. So like the but why would you ever do that? Looks pretty good to me actually. But why would you for me it puts it in the wall? I'll have to test some more. You're in the floor. Bluey. Look at that. That's awesome. That's fantastic work. Man, these players are. I'm in the floor because I can't move. Joys of Chatcraft. Right. Yeah, Chatcraft, you're kind of stuck. Well, you did great work. I like it. I have to keep it. Well done. Good stuff. Gotta go. See you, Chuba. Thank you for being here. But yeah, if we could have our own version of Lightmatica, that would be ideal. But at the same time, like I said, every time Lightmatica updates, then we get a job to do. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to have to do that every single time. I wonder if the devs would consider making a fair play version of it. That would be ideal. If they could make a version that would not be intrusive on servers, that wouldn't make it so that people on a server could use it to cheat, then I'd be more inclined to allow it. But you know, feel like that would be a tall order. That would be something like as much work as it would be for us to have to constantly upgrade or update and keep up with it, then they would as well. They would have to be taking care of multiple versions, and any changes that they make to one, they'd have to go and make to the other and make sure that it can't be abused. So I don't know. It's a lot. And it's unfortunate because it's such a handy mod. I get why people use it. I understand. I want to approve it. It's just too many people have abused it in the past to cheat, and it's unfortunate. It's kind of like the replay mod. The replay mod literally puts you in spectator mode. You can just drop down below the planet surface and look at where all the ores are. Like it's literally cheat code. Like replay mod is the easiest X-ray you'll ever get. Which again, unfortunate. Every journey starts with a single step. It's true. You are not wrong. All right, gang. It is getting late. I've been streaming much longer than I usually do. So we are going to raid. And we're going to raid a friend. By the way, for anybody on desktop, if you scroll down and underneath the viewer, you'll see a new stream team mentioned. I'm part of the Unleashed stream team. It's a song Deathbed approved for Autcraft. I don't know that song. Thanks for the stream. You are very welcome. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, I'm part of Matt, or on Twitch, Unleashed MDK, part of his stream team. He streams Palia, and he hosts a lot of people on his stream team who are also cozy streamers. So they tend to play games that are not high paced, fast action, anxiety inducing games. So we're going to raid out to Viviana Bunny, who's part of the stream team. But first of all, I want to say thank you to Fam and to Verdux for the raid. But Fam, Monster Man, thank you so much for resubscribing. Thank you to Chooch for all the bits. Absolutely insane amount of bits. I lost track, honestly, how many bits. I can't even, like, looking through this. 7,000, 6,000, 7, 6, 10,000. Insane amount of bits. So thank you. Good night, everybody. See you later.